welcome to the exciting world of insurance. My name is Chauncey Porter, and the name of my company is Porter Insurance Professionals. We make Medicare simple, people. And that's our goal here, is to make Medicare simple. Our goal is to take this Medicare and You handbook that's probably sitting on your coffee table or nightstand right now that's unopened. Our job is to take that book and to break it down into simplistic forms for you. It's not to turn you into Medicare gurus or anything like that. It's simply just to give you the basic information and help you to understand it. That way you have the tools to be successful to navigate these Medicare waters going forward. So with that being said, in today's video, we are going to be continuing our discussion on Medicare Part C plans, or commonly referred to as Medicare Advantage plans. So if you did not see the previous video, Medicare supplement plans versus Medicare Advantage plans, I strongly advise that you go back and take a look at that video, because it goes into detail what a supplement plan is and what an advantage plan is and the differences between the two, because commonly people get these mixed up all the time. People want to call them all the same thing, supplement plans, and they're not. So if you didn't see that video, go back and check that one out. If you are brand new to Medicare and you've been hearing about Medicare Advantage plans, you really need to know what Medicare is first. So there's a video as well that I produced. It's called What is Medicare and How It Works. You can go back and take a look at that one, because today is going to be a continuing discussion on Medicare Part C plans or Medicare Advantage plans. So with that being said, what I would like to do is I would like to start off with a simple recap of what those videos talked about. Now, again, this is a simple recap and a summary. If you have not seen the other videos, or if you do not know what Medicare or a supplement plan is or an advantage plan is, again, go back and take some time to take a look at those videos. But this guide sheet will help you along the way. For now, it's a good cliff note, if you will. Now, just to kind of recap Medicare, Medicare, that's your red, white, and blue card. That is, I think I still have it up here. That is this guy right here. That's your red, white, and blue card. It's giving you your hospital and doctor's coverage. So just to kind of sum it up, Medicare is not a free insurance. You are paying $165.90 per month for Medicare Part B if you have it right now, or you're about to be on Medicare Part B. There is a premium involved on Medicare Part B, and Medicare Part A, which is your hospital coverage, it doesn't cost you anything, simply because you already paid for it while you were working. So just kind of sum up Medicare, it's not going to cover everything. You have deductibles, you have a premium, and you have a 20% co-insurance that you are responsible for. And that 20% co-insurance does not have a cap on it. Not just that, Medicare also does not give you all the coverage that you need or like to have. It does not give you your prescription drug coverage, which is Part D. You have to have that. And it also does not give you any dental or vision. But for the most part of it, it's unlimited on that 20%, which means not only can it be limited in coverage, but it can get expensive for your own cost. That's why you have these options available to help you offset the Medicare costs, such as a supplement plan and such as an advantage plan. And again, if you did not see the previous video and you don't fully understand the differences between these two, go back and watch that video. But for this particular video that we're working on right now, we are going to be talking specifically about the Medicare Advantage plans, which are called Part C. And I want to recap that for you. So what a Medicare Advantage plan or a Part C plan is, it's a private insurance company that's contracted and regulated by Medicare. You have different carriers in different regions. These are basically your standard run-of-the-mill private health insurance companies that offer these Medicare Advantage programs. Medicare pays these companies to provide you, their Medicare beneficiaries, all of their benefits, such as a Medicare hospital and doctor's coverage at a lower rate. They don't have any deductibles. They don't have any 20%. These programs have flat rate copays, and those copays have a cap on them, which means that's a maximum out-of-pocket cost, which means your copays are designed not to go over a certain amount of money. These particular programs also give you all the additional coverage that Medicare does not have, such as dental, such as vision, and they also include your prescription drug coverage, which is called Part D. These plans, in a nutshell, are all-inclusive plans that do not have a monthly premium. You don't have to pay anything for these Medicare Advantage plans unless you opt to get a plan that has extra benefits or something like that. You can get a Medicare Advantage Part C plan for a zero premium, and it will have your dental, your vision, your prescription drug coverage, and your Medicare A and B benefits all included in that particular plan. You can get a Medicare Advantage plan anywhere in the country. They're offered everywhere. And one of the things that I like about these plans is that they all work exactly the same way. They all follow the same rules. They all follow the same regulations. They all are going to offer you the same exact types of coverage: dental, vision, prescription drug coverage, and your Medicare A and B benefits. Every last one of them will do that, unless you opt to get a plan that does not have drug coverage or something like that because you have because you have the VA or something. But that's another discussion for another day, which her video will be coming up on that as well. But for the most part, you can get a Medicare Advantage plan that has everything you need in it for a zero premium, and they all work exactly the same way, which means when you join a Medicare Advantage plan, that Medicare Advantage plan, whatever it is, there are different plans in different areas. So if you join Plan X, well, Medicare Plan X is your Medicare, which means you have to stay within the network for Medicare Plan X. You show the card for Medicare Plan X, and you pay the copays that Medicare Plan X has set up for you. And in exchange for that, you're going to get all the additional benefits and the low out-of-pocket costs that Medicare Plan X has to offer. You do not show your red, white, and blue card anymore when you join a Medicare Advantage plan. It's very important to know this because this is how they all work, and I see this happening from time to time. When you join a Medicare Advantage plan and you're coming off of your original Medicare, you still have Medicare. You still are a member of Medicare. Medicare is not going anywhere, and you're still going to be paying your Medicare Part B premium. But your Medicare benefits are going to be transferred over to that particular plan. So it's very important that you show the card for that particular plan, because in this situation, Medicare Plan X is going to be handling all of your health insurance needs for you. They're going to be the ones paying doctors and things of that nature. So let's say, for instance, you go to the doctor. You're just getting on a Medicare Advantage plan. You've been on Medicare for 5-10 years, and that's all you know. But you decide to get a Medicare Advantage plan, and you go to the doctor or pharmacy, and you forget to show the card for your plan. You show the red, white, and blue card. Well, what's going to happen there is you either aren't going to be able to get your medicines because, well, for one, you don't have that Part D plan anymore because that Part D plan is changed. Or if you're going to your doctor, well, that doctor, they'll see you, but they don't know your plan changed. So what's going to happen is that doctor is going to send a bill to Medicare or whatever insurance they have on file, because we live in an automated day and age now. So you probably, now what you're doing is you probably go to the hospital doctor and you show the card and they put it in the system, and you don't have to show the card anymore. That's very convenient. But it can hurt you if you change your plan and you don't show your new card, because what's going to happen is if you go in and you don't show the card for that plan, they're going to bill whatever they have on file. They're either going to bill Medicare or they're going to bill your old insurance. That's going to result in a denied claim. And when that claim comes back to the doctor as denied, they're going to send you a bill for that doctor's visit. And you do not want to be in that situation. So it's very important to show the card for your respective Medicare Advantage plan, whatever it is you join, because that is your plan at that point. Now, every last Medicare Advantage plan out there works exactly the same way. They all do that. So I know you're probably wondering, well, if all of them work the same way and all of them do the same thing, dental, vision, prescription drug coverage, well, what's the difference between these? What are the differences between these plans? Well, there are a few differences. One of the differences is network of doctors and hospitals. Each Medicare Advantage plan has their own unique network of providers. Who takes it, who doesn't. So that's a key difference. Another key difference is copays, what you pay to go see those doctors and hospitals. Out-of-pocket cost is another difference. Star rating is also a difference, but it's not the deal breaker difference to me. I think the biggest difference in these Medicare Advantage plans comes down to network and then what they do on the copays and what you need as far as dental and vision. But star rating is another way to determine how well a plan may work for you, how well you may like a plan. Now, again, these are the differences in these particular plans. The differences that I just cited are the differences that are very important to you to know. This is how you determine the differences in these particular plans and what's going to work for you. Because these plans are contracted and regulated by Medicare, Medicare distinguishes differences in these particular plans too in the form of a star rating system. The star rating system is a 5-star scale that Medicare uses to grade a plan. And that star rating system is based on network, is based on plan reliability in the form of how many complaints that plan has, customer service for that particular plan, and also it's based on plan improvement. So there's a lot of different things. There are a lot of different tools out there to distinguish differences between these Medicare Advantage programs. Almost kind of like cars, kind of like vehicles. So every vehicle out there on the roads in the United States of America, all cars have the same primary function. They're going to do the same things. They're going to function the same way. They're going to be built the same way. Structurally, cars are the same. But there is a difference between a Mercedes and a Hyundai. Both are good cars, but one has more bells and whistles, more reliability, and more of a solid reputation. These Medicare Advantage plans are the same way. Just like cars, they got to go through all the same testing. They got to go through they got to pass all the same metrics. They're going to do the same things, but there are differences in those plans. And the differences are what I just mentioned, the star rating system, network, doctor hospital, copay. That's how you find a Medicare Advantage plan that's going to work for you. And one of the things that I want to show you is this right here. This is the Medicare.gov website. This is a very, very valuable tool for anybody that's in the market for a Medicare plan, or if you just want to, just know something about a Medicare plan. It's a good place to start. So what I would like to show you, how to find a Medicare Advantage plan. And every area, every region, every county, every city, every state, they have different plans. So you want to go to your area and you want to look at the plans in that area. If you're shopping for a plan and you don't know where to start, always start with Medicare.gov. So let me start over. So just go to Find Plans Now, and you simply just key in your zip code. You want to go to Medicare Advantage Part C because that's what we're looking at. Part C plans. You want to go to Find Plans. Now, you can break this down according to your specific situation. If you have Medicaid or some type of government subsidy program like or like extra help from the Social Security Administration, or some type of state program like the Medicare Savings Program, anything, QMB, you can put that in. But for today's discussion, I'm going to put I'm not sure, so I can show you how to find these things. But you can get as detailed as you want, and this site can find plans according to your specification. You can also You can also key in your drugs. If you're taking medication, like most people are, you can put that in and just type your medicine in, follow the instructions on the site, and you can compare medication costs with your plans on this site as well. But like I said, what I want to do is just simply show you how to navigate this site and what to look for when you are looking for a plan. So here are all the plans in the area that I pulled up. And I'm not gonna go into plans. My original intent was to actually break down some plans and show them to you, but I can't do that for marketing reasons. This is an educational piece, so I can't do that. But I will simply just show you how to navigate this Medicare website. And what we're looking for here is just different plans in the area. And I want to show you how they go about showing you the star rating system. As you can see, this particular plan, 5-star, and it got the highest rating. And you can just scroll down and see all the plans in your area along with their respective star rating. And if you see a plan that you want to get more information on, and again, I can't click on that, and I'm scrolling fast because I really shouldn't even be talking about specific plans, which I'm not. But nonetheless, this is how you navigate this particular site. And if you see a plan that you want to get more information on, you can always click plan details and go through it, and then simply just read it for yourself. But nonetheless, that is the Medicare website. That's how you find plans in your area. And that is also how you look at the star rating and things of that nature. But what I want to show you here is the most important things to me on what to look for when you're trying to decide if the Medicare Advantage program, if you feel like that's a fit for you. I want to show you what's really important to look for on these particular plans and how to understand how these plans work. So again, I cannot show you real plans or real copays or anything of that nature, but I did find this, and this is Solar System Health Plans. I'm going to show you a couple of different plans here. We have the Mercury HMO, the Venus HMO, and the PPO, the Saturn 25 PPO. Now, the first thing you want to understand is the two types of networks involved with Medicare Advantage programs. You have an HMO plan and you have the PPO plan. It's going to come down to personal preference. Now, one thing I want to make abundantly clear, a lot of people think that with the PPO plan, with that particular network, you can just go to any doctor or hospital that you want to, and that's not necessarily the case. It's still a network involved, however you do this. So let me explain what I mean by that. So let's start with the HMO. So HMO stands for Health Maintenance Organization. That simply just means that that's the company saying, hey, this is our provider directory. These are the doctors that you can see. You can see these doctors, and that's it. If you decide that you want to see doctors outside of this network, we cannot cover for that visit or anything associated with that visit because that doctor is not a part of our HMO network. It's a black and white, clear-cut, hard network of doctors and hospitals. That's who you see. That's an HMO. Now, let's go on over to the PPO plan. PPO plan works almost in a similar fashion, but not really. So let's talk about what a PPO stands for. PPO stands for Preferred Provider Organization. That simply means that that's that company saying, hey, these are our providers that we prefer you see. These are the providers that we network with. These are the providers that we contract with. We prefer you see these doctors. However, if you decide that you want to see a doctor that's not a part of this preferred provider organization, we will allow you to go outside of the network and see a doctor of your choosing at a higher cost. It's going to cost you a little bit more to see that doctor. And also, that doctor it's up to his discretion whether he wants to take the coverage of the plan or not. He can still say, oh, no, I don't want to take that plan, and you won't be able to see that doctor. So it's still a network type of situation. However, with the PPO network, it does traditionally have a larger network of doctors that you can see. It does expand your healthcare because it does allow you out of network benefit, out of network flexibility. So it gives you a little more freedom and a little more flexibility than an HMO plan. However, if you're trying to keep your costs low, if you can find a good HMO plan that has all of your doctors in it, that may be a good fit for you. But again, most of these Medicare Advantage, pretty much anything dealing with your Medicare options, supplement plans, Advantage plans, HMO, PPO, it's going to come down to personal preference, what you feel comfortable with. So you may feel comfortable with an HMO that has your doctors in it and keeping your costs low. If that's the case, that's great. But these are your options. There are a number of other Medicare Advantage plans available that we're going to touch on in later videos, such as dual special needs plans. Those are designed for people that have some type of state benefit like the Medicare Savings Program or Medicaid. We're going to be talking about all these different programs because they have Medicare Advantage plans designed for just about everybody out there. If you have chronic conditions like heart conditions and diabetes and breathing conditions or pulmonary issues, they have plans designed for you. But for the most part, as far as the network, every last one of those plans, it's either going to be on an HMO basis and a PPO basis. And that's simply what this is talking about right here. Now, as you can see with these particular plans, it's talking about the star rating system with the Venus plan, the Mercury plan, and the Saturn plan. It's talking about doctors in network. To me, that's the most important thing with these plans. Are my doctors in the network, or is my doctor in the network? Because a good agent can show you a great plan that has all the bells and whistles in the world. But if that plan does not have a doctor that you do not want to change, that plan may not be a good fit for you. You want to keep looking at something that has that's a fit for you. And it may not even be an Advantage plan. It may be a supplement plan. Or it may just be staying on Medicare and having a prescription drug plan. Again, it's all personal preference. What you want to do is you want to arm yourself with the information so you can make the right decision that's good for you. So again, we're talking about the HMO and the PPO. That's something to look for in these Medicare Advantage plans. It's going to come down to lifestyle. If you're seeing a lot of doctors and you do a lot of traveling, a PPO plan may be a good fit for you. If you have a handful of doctors and they're all right there in that one city and that's all you see, if you can find an HMO plan that has all those doctors in the network, then that may be a good fit for you. You want to look at monthly premium. Again, most of these Medicare Advantage plans have a 0 monthly premium. However, you can get a plan that does have a monthly premium if you're looking at extra benefits or expanded network, like in a PPO plan. Some PPO plans have monthly premiums. Some PPO plans and some HMO plans may have a deductible. So these are things that you want to look at when you're looking at a Medicare Advantage plan and a Medicare Advantage plan, because different plans have different things. You can be looking at the same company, and the same company may have 5 different plans, and all 5 plans have a different copay setup. So these are things that you want to look at. Not to mention that you want to look at what you have to pay, what's your copay on the primary doctor, what's your copay on the specialist, what's the copay on your diagnostic tests and lab work, and what's your maximum out-of-pocket cost. That maximum out-of-pocket cost is important because that maximum out-of-pocket cost basically is a guarantee that your copays don't exceed that particular dollar amount within a year. So if you have a low out-of-pocket cost, that means you'll probably meet that out-of-pocket cost and may not have to pay anything else for the rest of the year if you meet that max out-of-pocket. So you want to look at the max out-of-pocket as well. You want to look at all of your copays. And another thing you want to look at is you want to look at the inpatient hospital benefit. Now, I want to kind of park I want to park right here and explain this hospital benefit, because every single Medicare Advantage plan is set up just like this, where you have a 90-day benefit period window on hospitalizations or being admitted to the hospital. And you also have a copay that you have to meet on the first 4, 5, 6, or 7 days. This setup is straight across the board on all Medicare Advantage plans. They all are structured exactly like this. Now, on these particular examples, these fictitious examples, again, these are not real companies. These are not real copays. But in real life, Medicare Advantage plans are set up very, very, very similar to this. The only difference is going to be the dollar amount and the amount of days that you pay for. But the structure is exactly like this right here. The difference is going to be what you pay and for how many days you pay for. That is it. So let me explain how the hospital benefit works. So again, if you did not see the Medicare video, you really want to go back and look at the Medicare, what it is and how it works video, because it breaks down the hospitalization with Medicare and how it works. Medicare does not cover everything in the hospital. So go back and take a look at that video, and then you'll fully understand here how this benefit is going to help you on the Medicare Advantage plans. So with the Medicare Advantage plan, you have a 90-day benefit period for the hospital. You don't necessarily have to be in the hospital for 90 days. It's a 90-day window. You are responsible for, in this particular situation with the Mercury Plan 212, you are responsible for the first 4 days of being admitted to the hospital in that 90-day window. So that covers everything. The good thing about that first 4 days in this situation is it covers everything. You can be in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks having heart surgery or brain surgery. Once you get discharged, your copay or your bill is going to be for your 4 days of copays. That's it. So again, if you were in the hospital, let's say you got a 90-day hospital benefit period window. You were in there 3 weeks due to a heart attack or a stroke. When you get out, you only have to pay for the first 4 days. So in this situation, the first 4 days is $125 per day. So your out-of-pocket cost for that hospital stay was $500 with this particular example here. And that covers everything. You could have had heart surgery in there. It's covered. Everything is covered under your copay when you're in the hospital. Now, again, the benefit window, the benefit period window is 90 days. If you get discharged in 3 weeks and you have to go back 30 days later, if you're within that 90-day benefit period window, guess what? You don't have to spend any more money on that hospitalization because you already met your out-of-pocket on the first 4 days. Now, if you have to go back to the hospital 90 days, well, beyond that 90 days, let's say, for instance, it's 4 months later or 6 months later or something like that, well, that 4 days starts over again for that $125 a day. But that's why you have a maximum out-of-pocket, to protect you from a lot of out-of-pocket spending on your copays. It protects you just in case your health deteriorates and you're in and out of the hospital and you're having outpatient surgeries, MRIs, CT scans, and lab services, ambulance ride, hospitalizations. Those copays add up at some point. But that's why you have this max out of pocket, because it's a guarantee that your copays will not exceed whatever that maximum out of pocket cost is. In the example of the Mercury Plan 212, the max out of pocket is $1,000. On the Venus Plan 72, it's $2,000. On the PPO plan, in-network hospitalization, $3,500. Out-of-network benefits, $7,000. That's your max out of pocket. So it just simply means your copays will not exceed that. And that is something that will go a long way for you if your health deteriorates and you're in and out of the hospital. You burn up your 90-day windows and you're having MRIs and CT scans, that will really help you. It will go a long way. So again, I didn't cover exactly what I wanted to. I wanted to show you a real plan and really break it down, but rules wouldn't allow me to do that. So I hope you learned something from this particular video. One thing I do want to show you, I want to kind of sum it up with this. These are some basic things that you really need to know when you're looking at a Medicare Advantage plan. We touched on most of these things, but one of the things I do want to show you here is the first thing. You're still in Medicare, and you still have the Medicare rights and protections, meaning that if you are having a problem with your plan and your plan is, for whatever reason, just not cooperating with you, and you're beyond your time frame where you can disenroll from that plan, you can call Medicare. Medicare has some solutions for you. So Medicare is still there for you, even though they're not handling your insurance billing and everything anymore. So take note of this. And if there's anything in here that you have questions about, feel free to drop a comment or reach out to me. I will answer you. I may even make a video on it. I know one thing that we did not touch on was number 6, which are the time frames that you can enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan. Because you see it right here on number 6, you can only join a plan at certain times of the year. So I'm going to make another video on that, talking about the time frames. Those are your annual enrollment periods, the open enrollment periods. And then you also have special election periods for people that fit certain categories, like you may be leaving group insurance, you may be just getting on Medicare, you may have some special qualifications, you may be trying to join a 5-star plan. There's time frames on everything dealing with Medicare. So on the next videos coming up, the next video, we're going to discuss Medicare Part D, because we haven't discussed anything on prescription drug coverage yet. So the next video is going to be on Medicare Part D. And the video after that, we're going to talk about some time frames and the election periods that you can sign up for a plan. So again, thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned something, and feel free to reach out to me. If you have questions about any of this stuff, drop a comment. I will respond. Go to my website, porterinsuranceprofessionals.com. There's useful information there. So just reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to respond to you. Again, check out the other videos if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.